watching via night vision today as well. Before we get started, I'd like to review the sequence of events. We'll begin shortly with a few words from Director of Athletics, Boone Corrigan. George Monken will follow with his opening statement before we entertain questions from those media members in attendance. We'll open things up for a round of questions from those media members joining us via teleconference, and then come back here for some final questions. At that time, we'll break for photos before allowing electronic media in attendance an opportunity for brief one-on-one interviews. Following the interview sessions, we'd like to invite everyone up to the fourth floor of Randall Hall Auditorium here today. So without further delay, I'd like to begin today's proceedings by introducing Director of Athletics, Boone Corrigan.
Thanks, Shaq. First and foremost, I'd like to welcome Mike and Nancy. Welcome, it's great to have you. As a former coach and a coach, we love that lineage, if you will. Beth, Isabella, Amelia, and Evie, happy birthday on your third birthday today. So it's great to have you guys, and great to have you guys as part of the West Point family. What I'd like to do is take a minute and walk through the timeline that we had to get us to this point. So on the 15th, Sunday the 15th, General Caslin and myself decided to terminate Rich Ellison's contract. It was at that point in time that we established a search committee of 2 people, and the 2 people would be the superintendent and myself. We took Monday the 16th to talk with current members of our football team, to talk to former members and other friends who we know in the industry, to try to come up with our list of potential candidates. We vetted that list on Tuesday and Wednesday in order to set up the interviews. Interviews took place on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Monday with myself and General Caslin in attendance. Each of these interviews took place off post. As we went through that, we established a number of tenets that we were looking for in this job. What were the most important qualities that we were looking for in this job? First and foremost, we were looking for an understanding and appreciation of West Point and our mission at West Point. We were looking for someone with the ability to inspire. We were looking for someone who had an established tradition of winning, and fourth, an insatiable appetite to recruit. And not only to recruit the 17, 18-year-old, but to recruit them to West Point. As we looked at this, there was one person out of a number of people who were interested in this job. Let me stress again, it was reassuring to see the value of West Point when this job came open, and the number of people that were interested in this job. What West Point is, the young men that they get to lead while they're here, the character of the people involved in West Point. But as we went through this, there was one name that came up over and over again as we talked to other people. Then we had the opportunity to meet with Coach Monken. And it was his want, his drive, his dedication to always do things right that led us to this moment. It is now my pleasure, on behalf of the superintendent, to introduce you to your new football coach, Jeff Monken.
Thank you. I want to start by thanking General Caslin and Boo and just the process, the professionalism. It's just incredible to be a part of just the process of being hired as the coach at Army, and how that felt to be approached by these gentlemen, and it really was with incredible professionalism and graciousness that they reached out, and tremendously honored and feel privileged to stand before you as the head coach of the United States Military Academy. And it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be the head football coach at one of the world's premier academic institutions, one of the most storied football programs in college football, and to walk through last night through the Hall of Fame and see the national championships, the Heisman trophies, the football coaches that have been the head coach, been assistant coaches here, just to read the names join that group of men is an incredible feeling. I'm excited about getting started, and we're going to work through this process over the next few days and weeks to put together a program that our Army's going to be proud of. Our Army deserves the best, and we're going to give them that. You can't imagine the sense of pride that I feel, that I know my parents and my beautiful wife Beth, my family, my children feel in being a part of this special place. And there is no other place like West Point. And we're proud to be here, to be a part of developing these cadets, to be a part of the mission. And I accept this position with just a tremendous sense of responsibility to this institution, to the young men and women who are here, to the men and women who serve all over the globe, to the history of this program and the history of this institution. To be the head football coach is just an incredible honor. We're going to produce results on Saturday afternoons, and we're going to do that by playing a certain brand of football. And I had the good fortune of working for Paul Johnson for 13 years. Paul Johnson's the head coach at Georgia Tech. I joined him as an assistant for the first time as a graduate assistant at the University of Hawaii in 1989, and then was able to join him as a full-time coach in 1997 at Georgia Southern. And we had an incredible run under his leadership. And he believed in some things that I've carried with me. It's a philosophy that I bought into and I believe. And my experience at one of our other nation's academies was a great experience. And I learned a great deal about coaching at an academy and about the young men and women who make a commitment to attend these institutions. And we're not going to masquerade about who we are. There'll be very few Saturdays where we are bigger, faster, more athletic collectively than the teams that we play. But we always believe that it didn't take the best players to win, it takes the best team to win. And we're going to field the best team. We're going to be tough, we're going to be disciplined, we're going to play with pride, with passion, with great effort. We're going to field a team that everybody's going to be proud of to say that's our team, that's Army's football team. And that's the kind of team I want to represent, a Jeff Monken football team. When somebody watches Army play football, I want them to turn the TV off and say, I've never seen a team play like that before. I've never seen guys play so hard, play with such great passion and effort and energy. That'll be our football team. That doesn't guarantee victory, but without that, we're not going to have a chance. So I can assure you we'll have that, and we'll play with those characteristics, and that's going to give us a chance to win every single time we play. We're going to put together a great staff. We'll put together a staff of great teachers, leaders, good men who believe in the mission of this academy, and who will consider it an honor to be here as well. Just as Boo mentioned, the great response he had about coaches who were interested in being the head coach. I've gotten a similar response when I've reached out to coaches about being assistant coaches here. Thrilled to be here. As I said, it's an opportunity of a lifetime. It's an opportunity I wouldn't have if it weren't for some very special people. My parents are here, Mike and Nancy Monken. They live in the Chicago area. I grew up there. My dad was my high school coach. He's got 4 brothers, all of whom were head high school coaches in the state of Illinois while I was growing up. And you talk about some influential men. Those 5 boys produced 7 sons who are now football coaches. So there's 12 of us in 2 generations that do this for a living. My mom was a high school teacher and guidance counselor my whole life, and they're here, and I'm proud to have them here, have their support. My beautiful wife Beth, and my 3 children, Isabel, who's 10, Amelia, who's 6, and Evangeline, who's celebrating her 3rd birthday today. What a wonderful support system I have. Paul Johnson, who I mentioned, who I coached for 13 years, and just what a tremendous influence he's been on me as a football coach. there's very few football coaches that are as good at what they do as Paul Johnson. He runs the option and does it as good as anybody in the country. And very fortunate to have worked for him for so long and learned so much from him. I'm thankful to the folks at Georgia Southern who gave me my first opportunity to be a head coach in college. We had a great deal of success, but it's because of those folks, Dr. Bruce Gruby, who was the president, Sam Baker, who was the athletics director when they hired me 4 years ago, Dr. Brooks Keel, who's our current president, just an incredible gentleman, and the graciousness that he and Tom Kleinlein, our AD, showed me when they allowed me the opportunity to talk to Army about being the head football coach here. And without that opportunity to be the head coach at Georgia Southern, I wouldn't be here today, so I'm incredibly thankful to them as well. I'm anxious to get to work. We're already assembling a staff. We've already began the process of recruiting and reaching out to young men all over the country who I know will be excited to join us and join this program and get Army football back to national prominence where we belong, and to give our cadets, our men and women who serve, all of those who serve and all those that cheer for Army, a team they can be proud of. I'm very pleased to be here with you today. I thank you for being here. It means a great deal to me to see so many people here to support us.